Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I am Teacher Yan. If you're new here, I am a J1 English teacher assigned in South Carolina, and lately I've been making a few videos about my own experiences as a J1 teacher, also some videos about important information which I feel like I need and I want to share with you guys. So if you want to watch those videos, links will be here somewhere in the video along the way, but they will also be in the comment section down below. So this video, however, in particular, this was suggested or requested by one of the teachers who follow me and subscribe to me, one of my subscribers. Thank you so much. So he said if I could make, or he asked if I could make a video about expenses, like what are the expected expenses once you get here in South Carolina, because I truly can only speak for South Carolina, because I know that when you go to a different state, it would totally be a different story. Like, cost of living would totally be different. So I'm speaking from the South Carolina, the southern point of view. So if you're curious to learn or to know what the expenses are, the average monthly expenses are, you're preparing to go to fly, because I know by now you should be, if you have made that application and if you have made it through the application process and are actually hired, I know by now you're preparing to go here or to come here. So please keep on watching. So basically, when we say expenses, it comprises of the rent and the utility bills and perhaps your other personal stuff. But because, as I promised, or as I said, this would be like a backgrounder of what you guys can expect once you get here, what I'm gonna give you are estimates or our average spendings based on my experience. So just disclaimer, I haven't been here long. So I arrived July of last year, so I'm barely a year here in South Carolina upon recording time. But you know, what I will be sharing with you guys are also based on my experience and based on the experiences of the other teachers that I get to talk to. So let's start with, I guess, the most essential one, which is your house or your apartment. So basically, you will be renting. So that's a fact. That's a given fact. You're going to rent either an apartment unit, a house, a full house, or you're going to be sharing with someone. So from my experience and what I've heard from other teachers, average rent around South Carolina for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment or house would be around $650 a month. So if you're living on your own or living with your family, that is something that you can expect to spend. So of course, the more rooms there are, the more amenities there are, the more bathrooms there are, the rent is just gonna go up. But around our area where I am right now, a $650 monthly rent would give you a 2-bedroom apartment or house, but usually it only has 1 bath. So there are even instances that the house has 3 bedrooms but only has 1 bathroom. That would be tricky if you're going to be with housemates. You know what I mean? Like, you leave at the same time, you have the same work hours, and you only have 1 bathroom and there are 3 of you in the house. So that could be tricky, but you can work it out. It's gonna be hard. You just have to commit on who's gonna use the bathroom at what time, you know, just to avoid conflict. But basically, yeah, a $650 rent is gonna give you a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, in terms of electricity, in our area, our provider is Duke Energy, and in the year that I've been here, I actually went through the history of our billing. And the highest we've paid for our electrical bill is $131. And that was in January to February. That was when it was kind of cold. So the heater was on almost 24/7. So that was the highest that we paid, $131. The lowest that we've paid is around $50. So I guess if you average it, and I mean, mind you, the 131 was just like a one-time thing. It never happened again. But the rest, it would be 60 something, 70 something, 50 something. So I guess you can average it with like electrical bills would average to $70 a month. So if you have a housemate, you're gonna split it. So that's 35 for each of you. So what we do actually is we turn off the AC whenever we go. So when we're at work, because you're what, 8-10 hours at work, so we make sure that we turn off our AC. And that made such a huge difference in the bill. So maybe that's something that you should also consider. I mean, it's not gonna ruin your AC unit, because it's not like you're turning it off, on, off, on. I mean, you're away for 8 to 10 hours. So, you know, who are you cooling the house for, or who are you heating the house for? So it's more economical if you turn off your AC unit when you go to work. Another utility bill that you're gonna pay monthly around here is your water, which includes your sewage system. So unlike in the Philippines where water is just water, here you pay water and sewage at the same time. And so ours, I kind of find it expensive, like, because maybe I'm used to paying so little when it comes to water in the Philippines, because there was a time that we paid more for our water than we did for our electrical bill. So that for me was like, what? But yeah, but average, I guess, for your water and sewage would be $65 a month. So that's, yeah, that would be the average for it, water and sewage. Sometimes the water would just be like $10, $12, $15, and then the rest is for the sewage system. I don't completely understand that, but it is what it is. Okay, so what else? So you have your rent, which is an average of $650, your electrical bill, which is an average of $70, your water and sewage, you average it with $60-65, and of course you cannot live without the next one, which is your internet. So the internet that we have, the plan that I have, is a 200 Mbps home Wi-Fi plan, and it costs, tax included, $54 something a month. So $55 a month. So that is what we pay for the internet monthly. So that's 200 Mbps. So far, I have not encountered any problem with the bandwidth, or with loading videos, with uploading my videos. It's fast. So I guess if there are like 3-4 of you at home and you're just using your Wi-Fi for the basic stuff, I mean, no one is a heavy gamer, you know what I mean? But I mean, if you're just the average user and you're using it for personal and work stuff, when I say work stuff, teacher stuff, this plan, the 200 Mbps, is more than enough. So again, that is $55, tax included, monthly. Our provider is Spectrum. So around our area, Spectrum is the famous provider for internet, which also leads me to the next thing that you need to pay, which is your phone bill. So you have two options. If you already have an American phone, which means a phone that functions well here in the United States. You have an iPhone that is unlocked, that's good. If you have an iPhone that is factory locked to any provider back in the Philippines, that might not work here, so you might still need to buy your new phone. I know you have those SIM cards, those hacks that they do to make it function, but to me it's complicated, so might as well buy a new one, you know. But what I have right now, when I first started, I opened my own line. I opened my own account with Spectrum. So I got a phone. The latest that time was iPhone 13. I got the Pro Max, and I got their unlimited plan. So in total, when I was starting, I was paying $99 a month. So that's phone and unlimited text, data, and call. So that's $99. When my housemate decided to get a phone under my account, so that means I added one line to my account, the $99 went down to $75. So right now, from the $75, I know the $25 or the $30 goes to our line, to the unlimited plan, and the rest goes to our phone. And just like in the Philippines, you pay it for 2 years. So you are locked in with your provider for 2 years. But the thing is, for example, this year, I got my phone last year, right? So the latest was iPhone 13. And then this year, if iPhone 14 comes out and I want to upgrade my phone, I can do so after a year. So I got my phone around November. So if I do decide that I want to upgrade to the newer iPhone, I can. But so instead of just like having one more year for the phone, so you're going to add another year to it. So it's still 2 years upon upgrading. But basically, you're going to pay for the same thing. I know there are other providers. So you have T-Mobile, you have Verizon, you have AT&T, you have Cricket. There are hundreds of providers in here. Just be careful and make sure that whichever provider you choose, you have good signal wherever you are, like data-wise, call, text. Yeah. When it comes to monthly expenses, I think the last thing that you would have to pay and set aside a budget for is, of course, your grocery. So yeah, so water, like drinking water, food, toiletries, and other needs around the house. Like for myself, $100 has been enough, except if I pig out and go to Starbucks and other fast food chains often, but that's not included in the budget technically. But you know what I mean. $100 for the necessities is more than enough. So that's it for the monthly expenses. So you have your rent, you have your electrical bill, your water and sewage. You also have your home internet, your phone bill, and your grocery. So those are basically the 6 things that are non-negotiable, whether you like it or not. You will have to pay for them. So it just depends on how many are you living at home. So the more housemates you have, the lesser you're gonna pay for them. But be careful, because some apartments have like a no subleasing clause to them. So if you're planning to have a housemate, you have to be upright with your landlord or landlady and inform them right away, because you don't want any trouble along the way. You don't want to get evicted, because nowadays finding apartments and houses is a feat. It's been hard. It's been difficult. So that's it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any more suggestions or anything that you want me to share, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I try to read all your comments, and please help me grow our community more by liking, sharing, and subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you. And if you're starting your journey as a J1 teacher, I pray that the Lord will prepare everything that you need. Have a safe trip, and I'll see you soon.